Blessed day to you, all my sports to the bone family. Back at it again with another video. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope everybody is doing okay. Hope you're all having a fantastic Tuesday. Alright, my people. So it is the morning after CWI announced those 2 test squads and that 150 over squad that will be going up against South Africa A. And I say test squad, but test squad in quotation, right? It's the West Indies A. Now, I will say generally speaking, they have done a good job in terms of the players that were selected. That's generally speaking. There are like probably about 3 players that looking at talking about the test, the red ball squads now. There are about 3 players that I would say, probably they stood out during the 4-day regional championship that I would love to have had a look in. You understand? But I guess it depends on Sammy's plans, If you look at somebody like a Raymond Simmons, left arm seamer, he didn't look too bad throughout the championship. Even if he wasn't the top bowler in the championship, having a good left arm seamer, would have been nice. You understand? To work with and to help him improve. It's always good to have a left arm seamer. When he's coming through, when he's bowling, it's a different angle that the batters have to deal with. It's having played the game, obviously not at a high level. It's always difficult facing left arm bowlers. Don't know if it's because of the angle or because we're just used to, facing right arm seamers. But Raymond Simmons, he looks good. Would have been nice to have him in. Also, if we look at, we can look at Joshua Bishop. Joshua Bishop is a player that has been putting in the work over the last couple of seasons, right? Both in red ball and also white ball. You understand? I know it's really tough because obviously Jamal Warrican will become the frontline spinner along with Raston Chase. They are captain and vice captain, so they are probably the 2 spinners that they are looking at right now. So I don't know. Looking at it, my people, I don't know if that means that Goody Kishmoti, he has done well for us in Test cricket, probably hasn't set the place alight, but he has shown good potential. I'm wondering if that means that he's now not an option, or it's going to be a case where only when we are playing in the subcontinent, and we need probably 2.5 to 3 spinners, right? He will get in. But yeah, as I was saying, Joshua Bishop is a player that I was expecting him to get an opportunity. You understand? For a couple of seasons, well, not only in red ball but also white ball. He has done pretty well. So I was really and truly looking forward to seeing him in at least the red ball squad. Now, I know everybody cannot fit in, and I've always said this to the supporters that listen, when CWI put out a squad, we have to look and see if they get majority of it. I don't want to say right, because what we are thinking isn't necessarily always right, but we have to look and see if majority of the players that were selected, if they were selected based on if they are the ones that really performed in the tournament. They keep on telling us that the tournament, the 4-day regional championship, is so important, and this is what they are using to select players and to look at people. But personally, I don't know if I buy into that. You understand? I think they lose me where that is concerned a long time ago. And based on what we have seen in recent days, I don't know if they have found a way to convince me that yes, that is the case. You understand? I mean, most of the players that have been selected, they have been performing well, but I still don't understand certain things that they are doing, so I can't really speak on it. Now, I see where somebody put in the comment section that it's obvious that Joshua De Silva is getting a rest. Right? They said that it's obvious that he's getting a rest because he's a must pick in the test squad. I don't know about that. I don't know about that because it's not like we're playing a whole lot of cricket. You understand? It's not like we're playing a whole lot of cricket where he needs to rest. I mean, you know, he was a part of the breakout T20 league. He played in the 4-day regional championship, and prior to getting dropped in the Pakistan series, you know, he has always been there. But I don't know if he needs any rest. You understand? The only thing that we can do is, if we're expecting him to play more, you know, be more important for, well, if we're expecting him to start scoring more runs for us in this series, we could say, all right, let Imlak or somebody else handle the gloves. And then the fact that he has been scoring runs at the 4-day championship would have been the perfect time to step him up to the next level to see. You understand? He wasn't scoring at the international level. They drop him, and he scored some runs in the first class competition. So now is the time that you take time and you ease him up back up the ladder again to see what will happen before, you know, the test team. So I don't know. I would have to see when we go into that series against Australia if they are going to pick him. Because going up against Australia, I would think that Sammy would want everybody playing. Everybody that is planning to use, you know, he'd want them playing. You understand? So I don't buy this thing about him getting wanting rest. You understand? Him being rested or anything. I really and truly don't buy it. But you know, I would love an explanation. I would love an explanation as to why, you know, obviously he was a vice captain, and then, you know, he was dropped. He was in the running to get this for test captaincy. Didn't get it, but you know, we would like to know what's going on. And I have always said that, you know, we are stronger together, and you know, we want everybody to support the team. But you know, I would be a hypocrite. I would be a hypocrite if I behave as if I don't know why his fans would be upset, or his country people would be upset as to how he's been treated. I don't understand it. I really and truly don't understand it, my viewers and subscribers. Yesterday when I spoke about it, right? Yesterday when I spoke about it, I see where somebody was saying in the comment section that it is obvious that he hasn't been performing, and that is why. I mean, they said that the 4-day championship counts for something. The only person that outscored him was Jason Mohammed. I mean, if you look into it, he hasn't produced as much as we would have wanted, but you send him back to the championship, and you know, he scored some runs. So I personally cannot see how it's not even like we're going to say is a test series happening right now. I personally can't see how he wouldn't get into a West Indies A squad. So that is something that we definitely want to hear what's happening there. But you know, for the most part, I am satisfied with what I am seeing. You understand? For the first squad we have, for the first test we have Tevin Imlak, right, who's captain in the team. That we can understand. Ronaldo Ali Mohammed has been very good through the tournament. Kevlan Anderson, another player, has done well in the red ball format, and has also done well in the white ball format, right? So Kevlan Anderson, happy to see him getting his opportunity, right? Alec Arthanes, somebody who has basically you know, you can't say that boy, them drop him down the order when it comes on to test cricket. You understand? He's there. John Campbell, who was in the running to become test captain, is also in this squad. Kevin Hodge, Mikel Louis, Joanne Lane, Kyrie Pierre, Kemal Savory, OJ Shiz, O'Shane Thomas, Gillian Tyson, right? So those guys, those names, you would have heard those names throughout the 4-day championship doing well. There's another player that did pretty well. I think Joanne Lane, you know, is another name that fans would probably be looking out for. McKenny Clark. You know, I understand that not everybody can make the squad or make the squads, right? They have 2 red ball squad. Not everybody can get in. You understand? Lane, Yuan Lane and McKenny Clark. Those are two players that fans will probably be wondering what's going on for them. I can see why they gave OJ Shields the opportunity. You understand? OJ Shields has done well for his team for Jamaica. You understand? And O'Shane Thomas, he hasn't done too bad at all. You understand? The thing is, I'm not too sure. Probably that's why they are using him in this tournament, to see if they can get him bowling a lot of overs. You know, the overs that he has bowled, you know, he actually picked up wickets, and he did pretty well for Leeward Islands in the championship. You understand? So he's there. I can understand that. Test cricket is a whole another level. You understand? If you're going to play if you're going to play a leading role, we have to be able to count on you for 15, 16, 17 overs for the day. You understand? 20 if needs be. You know, we have to be able to count on you as a seamer, right? So he's also there. Kemal Savori, another player that, you know, we have been looking at him through the regional championship over the last couple of seasons. Wasn't his strongest one this year, but he has done enough work to be around the squad. You know, so good to see him there. And then the second squad that they have, Jamel Warrican, captain in the squad, right? Obviously, he is the test captain, so if he is in the squad, he's going to have to captain it, right? If he is in this squad, he's going, and we don't have the actual captain there, he's going to have to captain it. Craig Brathwaite is also there, the experienced man who will probably be helping out. Kevlin Anderson, happy to see how they have him in both squads and the 50 overs. We need him playing as much or as many games as we possibly can before we get him to the international scene, or on the international scene. Joel Andrew, happy to know that he's there. He's actually in Ireland. Hopefully he will take part there, and then we know that, you know, he will have to travel to, you know, to play this. Alec Arthur is again, John Campbell, Justin Graves, Tevin Imlak. We have Shamar Joseph, right? Shamar Joseph is probably going to join up to after, also to, you know, to provide some cover, right? So Shamar Joseph is also there. Joanne Lane. Oh, okay, he's there. Okay. Kemal Savori again, OJ Shields and Gillian Tyson. So those are the players there, my viewers and subscribers, that we're looking at. So yeah, I was talking about Lane a bit earlier, but you know, good to see that he's there. We'll definitely see how things work out, my viewers and subscribers. We will see how things work out. At the end of the day, we want to know that, you know, the players that worked for the opportunity, they get it. You understand? We want to know that the players that go out there and perform in the championship, they give them the go ahead. I don't know how you know, until I get some sort of explanation as to what's happening to the former vice captain, I don't know if I can tell people to really trust the process. You understand? Same thing with Joshua Bishop. You know, I know that, as I said, I know they have spinners that they want to work with and that they are looking at. You understand? But I don't know. There's a young leg spinner. I don't remember his name. That I think that, you know, I am hoping that in the near future he will also be somebody that will be looked at. You know, so that is pretty much it, my viewers and subscribers. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the red ball squads. In the next, well, probably not the next video, but we'll also be taking a look at the 50 over squad. You know, we'll take a look at the 50 over squad when I get some time. Plus, remember, the first ODI against Ireland starts tomorrow. So later on today, I will also be giving you my playing 11 and batting order for that game. So just give a listening ear to the channel. Just make sure that your notification bell is on, so you can be notified whenever